My name is Shariff Mohamad and I've been working with WWF-Malaysia since 2006. I started off as a field biologist, but I currently lead the anti-poaching unit in WWF-Malaysia. Two biggest threats to tigers at the moment are habitat loss and poaching. Poaching is the most immediate threat to tigers, and it is actually one of the largest illegal trades after firearms and drugs. WWF Malaysia has 3 patrol teams on the ground. The main objective of our anti-poaching unit is to act as the eyes and ears for the enforcement agencies to take action. Finding poachers is pretty much like looking for a needle in a haystack, although we do get better at it after becoming more familiar with the landscape and knowing more about the poaching routes and hotspots. Within Belum-Temengor, there's just one highway which cuts across it. A lot of the access points used by poachers are actually along this highway. We've discovered about 100 access points used by these poachers. It's a combination of trails which they've established over the years, as well as old logging roads. So these access points are used by poachers to venture into the deeper parts of the jungle. The modus operandi of many poachers is to set a series of snares in one place and move from one place to another. So a snare is basically a long piece of cable or rope with the trigger mechanism. So one end of this is tied onto a tree and the other one is made into a loop and set along an animal path. So basically, whichever animal that steps on it to trigger the mechanism, it will get caught in the snare. Some years ago, our anti-poaching team actually came across a snared tiger. So this was immediately reported to the enforcement agencies, which is the Department of Wildlife and National Parks, who rushed down to the scene to try and save the tiger. So I witnessed the whole operation from the time they tranquilized the tiger to bring it out on a stretcher and also treating the tiger on the spot for a snare wound. It was probably snared only for a day or two. However, by that time, the struggle caused the wound to be quite deep already. The more the animal struggles, the tighter the noose will become. So you can imagine the pain the tiger was in, yeah? Unfortunately, the tiger died a couple of weeks later in captivity. The trend is alarming. From 2016 to 2017 alone, our team has found close to 250 snares across the huge Belum-Temengor landscape. Because snares are easy and cheap to set up, these snares are actually widely used by foreign poachers, especially from countries such as Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. When our team comes across a snare, they will deactivate it and remove it. Over the long run, these snares can actually empty the forest of large mammals. The anti-poaching unit is also on the lookout for other signs of poachers. If our team detects a campsite from afar, then we will attempt to stealthily get closer in order to establish if there are people in the campsite. If we confirm that no one is at the campsite, we will slowly approach and inspect the site. Through this, we can tell how many people are camping there, what sort of illegal activities they are doing, and sometimes even establish what nationality these people are. If the campsite is still active, we will mark the position on our GPS and immediately call the enforcement agencies so that they can come and take action. Unfortunately, over the past 4 years, dozens of foreign poacher camps have been found in Belum-Temengor. Royal Belum State Park comes under the jurisdiction of Perak State Parks Corporation, and Temengor Forest Reserve is under the Perak State Forestry Department. The main issue here is staffing. There are not enough law enforcement personnel and rangers to patrol the forest. In Royal Belum State Park, there are only 3 teams patrolling the area, which is probably only 10% of what we really need. The tiger is the most majestic animal in the jungle, and in a way it's like the guardian of the forest. Poaching is the most immediate threat towards the survival of wild tigers. Regular, dedicated and systematic patrols are needed to curb poaching. This presence in our jungle is needed now to save the Malayan tiger from extinction.